All right, let's try this thingamajig again. Let's see if I can. All right, everybody, welcome again to Authentic Thursday, where we have authentic conversations about impact, growth, leadership, mindset, confidence, and really just to help you gain more clarity on where you want to be in life and how you can get there, some tangible steps, some tangible ways to do this. And today we have on someone so special. But before we bring them on, make sure that you share this video, you like it, you comment. So let me see. I'm going to invite Jeremy. All right, that invite is sent. But yes, as we move through these technical difficulties, if you guys can just bear with us, I'm pretty sure he's gonna bring us some fire. He's gonna bring us some fire, and hopefully he can get on in about 2 seconds. I just invited you, Jeremy. I'm texting you back from my laptop, and I hope this works. It won't. Okay, so it'll let me add other people, but it won't let me add you. Is that the case? What's going on? Is it a settings thing? So I sent the invite to you, Jeremy. And as we wait, let's see if I can FaceTime you over here. I'm gonna FaceTime you from my laptop. Give me just a second. And we'll see what's going on. And we're gonna get it together, you all. We're gonna get it together. It says that I can bring other people on camera, but it won't let me bring you on camera. That's crazy. But I have so many people tuning in. So what's going on? See, here he is. Hold on. Let's figure it out. So it allows me to ask other people to bring them on camera, but it's not allowing me to let you. Are you following me? Are you on your laptop? Is that the reason why? Try to see what it does from your phone, because I know my laptop has been weird about Facebook Live. Let's try it. Okay. Let's see you all. How are you all doing today? How's your day been? We got about 16 people on here waiting for somebody of some great impact, and he's coming, you all. We're going to get it. Good. It's good to see you all on here. Victoria, Kwan, Dee Dee, Kim, Devontae, Zaria, Amber. Does he need to make a comment first? Maybe so. Jeremy, try making a comment too if that doesn't work. Your wife suggested that. She's very smart. Thank you so much. Okay, you made a comment, but it still didn't allow you to ask. It really won't allow me to add you. And I'll let my guest requests on here. Okay, there we go.
There he is.
I got you.
All right. Can you hear me?
I can. What's going on?
Can you hear me? Okay. I barely can hear you though.
What about now?
It's kind of far away. It's like I can hear myself. I don't know. But you're on here, so that matters.
Sure, I got you.
Well, I guess the biggest thing is I do need to hear you, but the people need to hear you too.
Can they hear me? She said it's an echo. Someone said it's an echo. Kayla, you have a lot of feedback.
A lot of feedback. It's an echo. Yeah, I'm hearing myself too. But I'm not on my laptop. And I took it off FaceTime. Let my
well. Y'all are helping us out. Thank you so much. We're going to get it. I promise. So what's going on now, y'all? Someone has two of them running probably. It's better. But it got better when he got off or he's paused or something like that. Yo. Wait. Okay. Let's see. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back.
What about now?
Hello? Okay, I hear myself.
Okay, good. That's a good sign.
Okay,
Can you hear me though?
kind of.
Kim said they can barely hear me.
Yeah. It's like you're muffled or far away. How's everything now? Hey, Kiana. How's everything? They said they can hear you better.
Well, y'all let me know if I can need to speak up. I can speak louder. I can always go louder.
You're definitely gonna have to speak up. Oh my goodness. But okay. All right, so we're gonna get started anyway. And I kind of already introduced you on the other live, but I'll do it again a little bit. I can still kind of hear myself, so I don't know what's up with that. But feedback still. What do you have your phone sitting on? Okay. It's just regularly put up, like I always do it. Headphones. I can try headphones as well. Oh. Let's try headphones. You guys are so resourceful. I think I still can hear myself. Is there an echo now, you all? I still can hear myself. Sometimes it echoes off furniture. That's why I asked. Oh. Okay. Okay, Jeremy, say something. Ooh, I really can't hear you now. I don't know if that's going to work. They can hear you. They said much better. So, I don't know. It's just like your thing is like far away from me. So, I won't be able to hear what you're saying back. I'm going to take my earphones out. Now he's gone. Headphones. Try you getting some headphones. They can't hear you. Facebook, y'all are doing y'all thing. Y'all are helping us out. It's dark outside, love. Yeah, come say hello to Facebook while we wait. Come around. Everybody, I got my little baby Aubrey with me. Hi. Say hello to Facebook. Hi. Hey everybody, we're about to have a good conversation. She got her guitar, she ready to play y'all a song. But here you go. You want to say anything to anybody? You want to tell anybody a good encouraging word? Tell them be happy.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, get in the camera.
Hello, everybody. Who's that?
We're waiting on somebody to get back on the camera.
All I hear is that.
Feedback? Yep. Okay, well, back out back there and play. Thank you for stopping by. Because you got the guitar. You can try. They saying, hey. You can try, girl. You know how to play, you know how to do it. You got to put your stuff like that. Let me show you. Look. You got to hold it here. You got to hold it in the other hand. You got to put it on your arm and hold it. And you got to change. clear conversation because we're getting a lot of feedback. I know my feedback is really bad. I might have to finish this and just restart it or something because it ain't going well.
Okay, let's try this. Hold up. I know we have a hard time.
Can you hear me?
Okay. All right, go back there, baby. Thank you for that little selection. I think that worked. Did that work, everybody? I think it did. 'Cause I don't hear myself anymore,
You don't?
and I can hear you really good, better now.
I think it's now that. See, I think I'm hearing you twice.
Really?
They said they could hear me very well, but now I hear my echo.
Oh my gosh. Are you a go though or
I'll make it work.
okay? Yay! Let's get started. Let's get started. I'm gonna have to edit the mess out of this thing before I post it on YouTube. But yes, everybody, welcome to Authentic Thursday. Thank you for joining Victoria, Kim, LaDonna, Uncle Didi, Frankie, and Tracy, and Jasmine, and Zaria, and Crystal, and Jay, and Kiana. Everybody that's on here, thank you so much for being here and for waiting for us to get started. Today, go ahead, you can open that. Today is a great conversation to have. We're going to be talking about African Americans need success habits, especially during this time, everything is going on. And what better person to bring on than somebody presenting to some and introducing to others, my cousin Jeremy Perry, who is the founder of Believers Breed brand and Athletes Can. So good to have you here. He's an author, he's a dad, he's a husband, he's a believer, he's a philanthropist, you name it, that's what he is. So we want to first let's talk about your book. Let's talk about your purpose is your platform. Uh,
Let's do it. Let's do it. Before I get started though, one, y'all bear with me because I'm hearing everything twice. So like as I'm talking, I'm hearing what we've already said. But I'm gonna try my best to ignore it and tune it out. Because you guys said that you could hear me fine, right? Um, so uh, Kay, I want to say thank you first and foremost for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity to share. I've been able to kind of watch you evolve this thing and make it grow into what you're trying to do, and I know you got a big vision for people. So I just appreciate the opportunity for getting on and sharing this moment with you. And my hope is that somebody can just take away something from it. But going into the book, I published the book in 2017. Again, it's entitled "Your Purpose Is Your Platform," and my whole goal with the book is to make sure that I'm following my purpose. And my purpose for people is to make sure that I'm moving people from possibility to productivity. And so much happened in our head, and I want those things that are happening in our head to move to our hands, and it's actually producing. And so when I wrote the book, it started as one thing. It started as me coming home from Logan's Roadhouse. When I was in graduate school, I would get home at 10, 11 o'clock at night, smelling like peanuts. And I was in an apartment by myself, and I had the opportunity to just write. And I wanted to commit it to just writing every day. I didn't set out to write a book, but I set out to just put thoughts on paper. And so what started to happen is I was consistent, and I got to the place to where those thoughts came out every day. And I realized that, hey, this thing might be able to evolve into something that can really impact people. And so it evolved into a book, and in 2017 I finished it and I was able to publish it. And I believe some lives have been impacted by it. So I'm just looking to see how much life it has.
awesome. So I want to talk about two things from your book. It says Your platform to the world will be a byproduct of you finding and sustaining your purpose. I really like that. That byproduct piece is like super, like, I'm intrigued by that. So when you say that, or where did that come from, or like, how did you just stumble upon, or even just realize or come into the realization of that that's what it is?
For sure. So I know that when I published the book in 2017, I started writing around 2013. So it seems like a long time to write a book, but that whole process from 13 to 17 was the evolution of social media. And it
Mm,
was that time in our history to where people started to have their own voice via social media, right? And so everybody wanted to search for their platform. What is my voice to the world? Who are my followers? What's my brand? How many followers can I have? How many viewers can I have? And I realized that so many people were chasing platform, but they weren't chasing purpose. And
mm,
so the thing to understand is you can pursue platform all you want, but if you're not in your purpose, that platform will soon crumble. And so I wanted
mm,
to, through the book, be able to inspire people to chase what it is that you're here to do. Who has God created you to be? And so people ask me all the time, well, how do you know what your purpose is? And I think it's threefold. It's three things that I look at when I think about purpose. One, what has God gifted you to do? So, what is that thing that you have that natural proclivity to go to? What do you find yourself gravitating to when you wake up in the morning? What are people telling you that you're really good at? And then, secondly, what is it that you enjoy doing? And so, what is it that you have a passion for, a drive for, a thing that you wake up, you feel like, I got to go get this thing. If nobody paid me to do it, I still would do it. And then,
mm.
thirdly, what is the thing that impacts people in a positive way? And so it's threefold. One, what has God given me? What do I enjoy doing? And then thirdly, what about those things impacts people in a positive way? And so if you can find the synergy between those three things, I think that you found your purpose. And so
Mm.
what that part of the book means is pursue that. Pursue what God has given me. Pursue what I enjoy. Pursue what positively impacts people. And then watch that purpose unfold and see where that platform takes you. You don't have to pursue platform. If you're in purpose, your platform is going to chase you.
Ooh, if you're in purpose, your platform is going to chase you. I hope you have some notebooks or some type of notes out or something, because I'm pretty sure as long as we are here, he's going to be dropping gem after gem after gem. You heard it first right here. So next, we're going to talk about the brand. Believers read and athletes can.
Hmm.
And a quote that I like too right here is, it says that each day I remind myself that yesterday is a testimony, tomorrow is a hope, and today is a chance. I really, really like that.
Yep, yep.
I really do like that.
Yeah, that's something I
So next,
stand on. I through athletes can our quote, the thing that we stand on, our mantra, our lifeblood is win today. So many of us are handcuffed by our past,
mm,
and we have so much anxiety about our future. And because of those two elements, we don't win the day. We don't win our right now, the moments that we have presently. And so some of us are looking in our rearview mirror about the things that we fell short on, the people who hurt us, the people that walked away, the jobs that turned us down, or we're so hyper focused on our future. What job am I going to have in the next 10 years? Where am I going to go when COVID-19 is over? And we're forgetting that we have a gift in right now. God has given us a gift of right now today. And so, what I mean in that quote is, it's a chance. Today is a chance. It's an opportunity. It's a fresh breath of life. And we can forget those things that are behind us. And we don't have to worry about the things that are ahead, but we can enjoy, we can take advantage of, we can plan for the things that are happening right now in front of us.
plan for the things that are happening right now in front of us. I can relate to, or I can say that I've been the person that was handcuffed by my past in some situations, and maybe I'm still, trying to unshackle myself, but also
Hmm.
I've been hyper future focused. And
Yep.
I can say that because before I graduated in December 2019, I was like, I'm trying to get to legacy. I'm trying to get to freedom. I was trying to do things, and I almost idolized the grind. But we're not gonna go there. But I really do like where you said about winning your day, because that was a topic that I wanted to discuss and I polled about, but it didn't win. But I knew
Mm,
somehow we would circle back to it. So really
mhm,
planning for today, you all, that's really gonna be something key. I really like that that whole statement right there with believers breed and athletes can. So let's talk about your vision. And I've seen that you had a few keynotes right here that I kind of took note of that talked about note to self, unleashing the brand in you, the language of leadership, and byproducts of the vision, the life cycle of a visionary. You can speak to either one of those, but I just think all those are like super loaded. So you can
mhm.
unpack whichever one you might want to kind of just give them a little bit, not too much. They ain't gonna be able to take that home with them, you know. So here's something they can take them home with.
Gotcha. So I'll start with the first one, unleashing the brand in you. The thing about our brand is we all have one. And so now in 2020, the word brand has become so saturated and people have so much around the word brand. But the truth is, we all live and are motivated by something. And so the thing that I think about is when we see the big golden arches when we're riding down the street,
Mm.
we know for sure that that's McDonald's, right? But
Mickey
more
D.
than McDonald's is it's a feeling, it's an experience that we've all had. When we see a Chick-fil-A sign, it's an experience, it's an expectation that we have because of the brand that they've set before us. And so when you talk about people's brand, essentially what you're talking about is when people see you, when people see your content, when people are introduced to you, what do people feel? What do people experience when they experience your brand? And so I want to make sure that every time that I'm speaking, everywhere I go, every piece of clothing that I wear, it all points to me moving people from possibility to productivity. So all of my messages are going to have an underlying theme of helping people get from point A to point B and move those things that are in our head to our hands. And so that's what that keynote is about, just unleashing the brand in you, finding out who you are, being authentically you, like we're talking about tonight, and running with it.
Awesome. And you guys, he's not all talk. I'm telling you, I will call him and text him, and he will help me get from point A to point B in the smallest ways. He can see some stuff that I can't see sometimes when I'm talking to him. I'm like, wow, thank you so much. It's good to have people around you who are like minded but have different perspectives and can bring something to you that's an asset. And it's always about that impact. And so we always have that relationship. And actually, it's kind of, I mean, you're family, but I'm way younger than you, and so we didn't really grow up together. But it's like now, it's like things are aligning and igniting at the perfect time. I
At
don't
the
know,
perfect
for
time.
me, for sure.
Right,
So
right.
he's
Well,
not, he's
God is
not, he's
always
not
doing
all
more than
talk.
we know, so His timing is always right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I just want to tell everybody that my hope is that this conversation is very inspirational, conversational, and like I said, and like he said, authentic. And if you're just now getting on, hey, how you doing? Let us know. Drop a ear in the comments down there, an ear emoji, and say you're listening, you're watching. Let us know. We want to know that we're making an impact as we talk and move forward. So let's get a little bit into some insight just about your perspective on life with some questions that I have. And hopefully, we don't be too long. But hey, if it's good, it's good. We're going to keep on
Say less.
going. So, I want to start out with question number one, which is, what do you believe is the mindset that blocks African American people's success? Or what do you see in our community that is hurting us as far as the relationship between the African American king and the African American queen? If I need to repeat that, just let me know.
I think I got you. For me, I think it's the mindset amongst our race and our culture that competition has to equal envy. Um, I think that we're all in a place to where we can push each other to be the best version of ourselves. And in doing so, that doesn't have to make me jealous of you, and it doesn't have to make you jealous of me because we all have something to bring to the table and we all have a purpose. And so, going back to what purpose is, what is God giving Kay that she enjoys doing that positively impacts other people? But then, what has God given JP that he enjoys doing that positively impacts other people? If those things happen to be near the same lane, I don't have to envy Kay because, again, my platform is my platform. Her platform is her platform. And so, just thinking about um, our race, I think that because we have had our back pushed against the wall for so long, we as a race feel like we're fighting, scratching, and clawing to find our voice, to find our platform. And sometimes what that turns into is we tear the people around us down, not realizing we're all in the same race. We all got the same goal, and that's to uplift African Americans and put us in the position that we're supposed to be in. And so, again, competition, people that have like minded ideas, doesn't have to turn into envy. We can all work together because when I'm the best version of me and you're the best version of you, we're the best version of each other. And our culture, our race is able to elevate into the place we're supposed to be.
Oh yeah. All right, y'all. Drop the mic in the comments because he just did that. You know what I'm saying? And I like that you spoke to that because we see that a lot. I even did a poll on Facebook asking, "Hey, ladies, what is something that you would like to see less of in our community when it comes to our culture, and our race? And what would you like to see more of?" And that was the overwhelming response that it's like this cattiness, this competition, like this underlying spirit of like competitiveness. And where does that come from? I've seen it so many times. I had so many different failed relationships in the past because of that spirit of like envy and
Hmm.
jealousy. And it's not like because I'm being me and because I'm doing what I'm doing does not mean that you can't do that same thing.
That's
And
right.
so one of the things that I live by, especially my brand, is like standing on is unlocking your potential and
That's
getting
right.
to the original version of you. And I say that and I preach that every time I'm talking about my brand because I'm really serious about that. And I can see the similarities in both of our brands
That's right.
for sure.
Yep.
But go on to the next question. You did really well with that. They need to drop their mic. I'm just saying, y'all drop their mic. So I want to ask a really sensitive question. This is more pertaining to you being a dad
Uh-oh.
in 2020. Okay. So this question is: being that you are raising an African American princess,
Hmm.
what is one lesson as a dad, as a new dad, as a dad that's becoming, that you want to impart into her life?
That's a really, really good question. And to kind of put some context on it, my daughter is 18 months old, and she is right now my only child. And so I'm learning every single day about how to be a better father. But to answer your question, I think the lesson that I want to give her, especially as a black girl, is that I want her to hear yes more than she hears no.
Mm.
And if you just go back and rewind in our history, as we were raised as kids, we hear no a lot more than we hear yes. And so when I think about my daughter going into rooms that she's not supposed to be in, standing on furniture that she shouldn't be standing on, touching stuff she shouldn't be touching, like we bark out no, 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 no all day, right? But I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to train her mind to have limitations. I want her to
Ooh.
start to hear the word yes. I want her to know that although it may not be so safe to stand on this furniture, you can stand on it. It's possible. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I want her to know the realm of her possibilities. I want her to hear yes. I want to give her the freedom to learn. I want to give her the freedom to experience things on her own. And I don't want to give her the mindset that is restrictive and limits her. I want to give her the mindset that I can go into places that maybe I shouldn't be, maybe it's not so safe, but I'll find out how to survive. I'll figure out how to survive. And just a
Oh
quick
yeah.
story. Um, my daughter actually fell down probably about 5 or 6 steps one time. And as a father, it scared me. But at the same time, it was a good lesson for her because she was learning that it's possible. It's possible for me to go up the steps. But had I said no, had I restricted her, she doesn't know what's possible for her. And so I want to make sure that as a father of a black girl, that she knows that every door that she wants to walk into is possible for her if she wants to go get it. And so I'm just learning and training myself to be able to tell her yes and kind of not restrict her so much. Obviously, I don't want her to hurt herself or to get into harm's way too much, but at the same time, I want her to be able to do limitless things in her life.
Dope. Okay, y'all. Just if you're a girl dad, hashtag in the comments, girl dad.
That's
Okay.
right. That's right.
That's beautiful. I really like that piece about removing the limitations and letting her know that things are possible,
It's possible.
even in the
That's right.
smallest ways. That's drop mic.
Yeah.
That's it right there. That's
Yep.
it right there.
Mhm.
This is only gonna get juicier, you all. So please share this. If you know someone who needs to be listening to this or viewing this right now, or even needs to see the replay, if they can't catch it right now, they need to catch it at some point. I'm telling you, he's only gonna get better with time as we go into this whole thing because it's only gonna get juicier. So hashtag girl dad,
Brianna,
share,
girl, dad.
like, comment. So you sound so, and I know that you are so in tune with what you're supposed to be doing here. So with that being said, here's my next question. What is your biggest fear?
Whew, that's heavy. That's heavy. um, my biggest fear is probably that I end up shackled by my own creativity. Um, I'm a person that ideas just come to me, and God literally pours into me all day. And my mind just moves at such a fast pace, and I go from idea to idea, thought to thought, and I'm thinking about how this thing can unfold. But before I can think about how that thing unfolds, another idea comes. And I want to make sure that I'm always getting to the point of execution and not just creativity. And so
Woo!
my fear is that I leave a lot of stuff on the table because I'm so creative.
Mm.
Crazy, scary thought is people call me sometimes and they throw ideas out, and because I'm so creative, I'll start creating the idea that they gave me because I can see where it goes. I can see it
I
manifesting. I can see it unfolding, and I put my own projects on the back burner because I'm thinking and creating about how this thing can unfold for another person. And so my fear is, what if I'm creating so much and I'm not executing enough? And
swear.
so I want to get to the place to where I'm not only creating, but I'm executing. I'm following through. I'm seeing these things manifest, and I'm not just coming up with cool ideas. And I'm not putting myself on the back burner because I see something that's shining to my left, a great idea to my left, and I forget about the thing that I've already started on my right. And
Yeah.
so that's probably my biggest fear is that, at my funeral, people are talking about, man, he had this really good idea. I don't want to be the guy with good ideas.
Oh man, no, no, no. And it's you hit home with me on that because I'm definitely a creative and a visionary, and details sometimes are so hard for me to kind of execute.
Yep,
Um, but it's something that we can progress, and it's crazy because it's like you're a founder, you're an owner, you're a author, you're a speaker, and that's still where you can grow, where I can grow, and so it's good to see that you're very transparent about, hey, I still need to work on this, and this
that's
is
right,
my fear.
for
So
sure.
thank you for that transparency and that vulnerability in that moment. You all, he's dropping some gems. I see some dads on here. They're enjoying the content, the conversation. So this is going to bring me to my next question because we're going to lighten it up a little bit. So
Okay.
who's your biggest or top three? If you just have one, just let me know. But if you have maybe top three inspirations, or who inspires you, who inspires and encourages the encourager.
Um, I don't want to be. I'm very practical. I don't want to be churchy. Uh, but my first inspiration is Jesus. And when I say that, yes, I'm talking about the God side of Jesus. But I think one thing that I'm a Christian. One thing is, as Christians, sometimes we neglect is the human side of Jesus,
Mm,
and not realizing that he's 100% God, but also 100% human.
mm,
And so the humane side of Jesus was a leader, and that leader had the opportunity to talk to other leaders in complex ways and have complex conversations. But he also was humble enough to talk to the poor, to talk to the disenfranchised, to talk to people in parables to where they could understand. And so, as a leader, um, in my day and age, I want to be able to walk both sides. I want to be able to walk into the room with multimillionaires and have conversations, but I also want to be able to walk in the projects and have conversations with people that have no resources. You know what I mean? And so I want to imitate Jesus in that way. Um, Also, my
yeah.
father, my dad is, both of my parents are huge inspirations for me. But being a father and being a male, I can't neglect what my dad has done for me because I see so many people as a 31-year-old man that wish they had the dad I had. And so, being a father now, I can only think about so many lessons that I got from my own dad. And so, he's an educator. I'm an educator. He's the guy that he's not going to talk a lot, but when he speaks, people listen. He's going to study, he's going to observe. And so, he's also an inspiration. And then, I guess, thirdly, I would say my future self. I don't want to let myself down. So that future version of me inspires me and pushes me every day. And so when I think 20 years from now, my daughter will be 21 years old, and she'll be old enough to do anything that she wants in the world. She can get in the job that she wants. She can travel wherever she wants. She can buy, consume alcohol. She can date. She can whatever it is that she wants to do. She can do.
Yeah.
Um, and so I want to make sure that I'm not letting the person who she needs to be down. If I'm the same husband 20 years from now, I failed my wife. If I'm the same speaker, if I'm the same author 20 years from now, I failed myself. And so just thinking about the future version of me, that also inspires me every day.
Well, you heard it here, folks. It's Jesus first,
That's
his
right.
dad, his parents coupled together, and then his future self. And I think that's amazing to think about. And I think that goes back to that quote that we talked about earlier, which is your platform to the world will be a byproduct of you finding and sustaining your purpose. That sustainability piece. I think that
That's
goes
right.
back to saying, this is how I'm going to sustain. I'm going to continue to look further and and see this vision that I have of myself, proving it to myself. And I've said that. I think I even said that today. Somebody asked me why, because I need to prove it to myself. That's not the only reason, but that's a good reason to
Right.
show yourself that I can be limitless. I do have infinite possibilities. But I
Hmm.
like that. That's what's up. Um, so if you guys are enjoying this, I don't want to stay here too long, but I mean it's good. It is good. So if you want us to stay here a little bit longer, please drop in the comments. Stay, stay, hashtag stay. Um, but I do have another question that I have to ask, even if they don't want us to stay. You know what I'm saying? This is something I think that we just got to discuss because we have so many things. black bodies that are being slain over and over and over again. So I want you to right now pour some wisdom into the black males that are coming up behind you, or even the ones that may be before you. What can you say to encourage them? What can you say to just tell them to be even cautious of, or what are your words to these men? Because we have a lot of men tuned on right now.
That's good. That's really good. So when I think about the black male and what I could say in this moment is that we have enough barriers outside of our race to keep creating them within our own race. So when I
Mm,
think about the life of Ahmaud Arbery and how
mm,
he was literally hunted like an animal. Like, people don't understand. Like, when I think about how my dad grew up and when he tells me about them going out to hunt, so on and so forth, I think about guys loading up on a truck with guns to go hunt rabbit, deer, squirrels, whatever it is that they were going to get. And this is the picture that we see when we watch the story of Ahmaud Arbery. We got guys loading up in a truck with guns to go and hunt somebody like an animal. And so it's imperative for us to know as black males that we have enough people hunting us that we don't have to hunt ourselves. We have enough
right.
barriers created for our race already that we don't have to create more barriers for ourselves. When I think about banks and predatory lending and the bank giving out money to families that they know will never be able to pay the money back, that's that's a barrier. Like, you're preventing black families from creating generational wealth because you're hunting them. And so when I think about that, the message that I want to give to my brothers, my people is, don't create more barriers that we already have. Let's link up and find out, again, if I'm the best version of me and you're the best version of you, let's just watch and see for a day, if we're the best version of each other, what can happen. And then let's piece together those days and let's create weeks of productivity and months of productivity and years, and find out what it is that we can do if us as black men come together and love on each other, find out what gifts that we have, and we can change the world. We really can change the world.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yes.
heard it here, you all, my black men out there, my brothers, my kings. Drop in the comments right now. Hashtag link up.
Link up.
Hashtag link up. Okay? We have got to link up. And ladies, that's for my black queens watching as well. Link up. We have got enough barriers. You're hearing it here first of all. And I just want to say to all of the new people that's coming on, hey, how you doing? You're finding us in a conversation that is much needed. And if you're watching, share this, like this, comment, watch the replay, tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of talked about this when you talked about the bank situation and everything like that. Kind of going from that, I think a good question to ask is, what does legacy mean, or freedom? Those two words, what do those mean for you in your life?
Oh, that when people think of my name, is that they don't think about the things that I owned or the things that I had per se, but they think about the feeling that they felt when I was around, the power that they felt when I was around. Um, I can have whatever it is when it comes to passing down money or homes or car, anything, and I want all of that for sure. But more importantly to me is I want people to look back and when they discuss my name to say, when I was around him, when I heard him, I felt like I could keep going. I felt like I could go and tackle something that I didn't feel comfortable with it before. I want my daughter to feel like my daddy took the limits off for me so I could go and get whatever I wanted. I want my wife to know that he gave everything that he had every single day to his marriage, to his job, to his daughter, to his family. And when people are discussing me in my absence, it's good. It's
Yeah.
good. It's positive. It's uplifting. Because I've been at funerals before to where I'm looking up at the pastor and I'm like, ain't none of that true. What you talking about? And you know, I don't want people to have to stand over my body making up stuff to make me sound good. You know what I mean? I want it to be truth.
Yeah. Ooh, you almost made me get my feelings a little tears, you know what I'm saying? Because that right there, you guys, that's heart. That's a heart
Hmm.
of a lion. That's a heart of a warrior. That is a heart of a believer.
That's
Believers
right.
breed, you all.
That's right.
Believers breed. You can find him. Let's just kind of drop that a little bit before we go. You can find him at jpbelieves.com. You
Hmm.
can find him on Instagram at jpbelieves.
Yep.
And you can find him right here tagging this video at Jeremy Perry on Facebook. He's accessible. He has a book that is still out there, and I really think that you guys need to put this in your hands. He's also on YouTube at Believers Breed. He has a great podcast on there that I was listening to, Ability versus Will. Something you guys really need to listen to. But that's where you can find him. If you want to drop anything else, I know you had a couple of things come out for your birthday. If you want to talk about some of your apparel, where they can, anything you want to just kind of chime in on right there.
Yep. So Believers Breed, the apparel is essentially for people to embrace self-awareness, self-confidence, and self-worth. And so I have a shirt that I dropped on my birthday that is titled "Believing, Building, and Becoming." And so I laugh because Michelle Obama like put out her Becoming documentary at the same time that I dropped this shirt, and so it was like God kind of stamping the idea. And so you know, I had a really good response to the shirt, and if you want it, go get it. Believersbreed.com.
You heard it here. Go get your shirt, please.
Yeah.
Please go get your shirt. And like he said, link up. We got enough barriers. That's where you all can find him, and you can always go back because I'll leave this video up to replay, and it'll also be on YouTube. But please go support. Um, we just want to support our own. That's what entrepreneurs do. That's what we should do as a people because we are wanting to leave a legacy behind, and we're hearing his heart here first and foremost. And if I had to end this thing all out with the last question,
Okay.
um, it would be: do you believe
Uh oh.
that faith and knowledge are different or alike? And if so, how?
Give it to me one more time.
Do you believe
Uh huh.
that faith and knowledge are different or alike? And then how? Could you explain how they're different or how they're alike or how we can use them together? And there is a second part to that question while you kind of think about it. I kind
That's
of want you to leave a little bit of breadcrumbs too of how we can succeed in 2020 as Black people. So faith and knowledge, how they're alike and different, and then how we can succeed with faith and knowledge. If you want to tie it in, do what you do because you've been dropping gems the whole night. So hey,
uh
on you.
I think personally, I think it's different, and I'll tell you why. Um, because I think, no, 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 I know
Okay.
that faith is doing it when you don't necessarily know,
Mm.
when you may not have the knowledge that after I take step one, what happens at step two? And so, if we had our life laid out for us to where we knew everything, there would be no need for faith.
Mm.
And so what we have to understand is faith, Martin Luther King Jr. said, is taking the first step when you don't know what's at the top of the staircase. And so faith is stepping out without the knowledge of knowing and having it. And so again, like when I wrote my book and I went into the publishing process, I didn't have any published authors that I could reach out to and say, hey man, what does this process look like? When I started a nonprofit, I didn't know anybody that started a nonprofit. But I believed that it could happen through faith. And because of that, I acquired the knowledge that it took to make those things happen. But the start of it happened because I believed that it could happen.
Belief, y'all. Belief, 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 belief. And And let me shout out to her amazing wife because she's on here and she's making sure that these people know where to find you. Believersbreed.com, okay? That
That's
is
the
my
rock
cousin
right
as
there.
well, and she's supportive.
That's right.
And we love it. We love it. We love it. Hey, Meredith. Shout out to you for being on here and being a supportive black queen wife and mom. And
That's
she
right.
has her own thing going as well. But Jeremy, this conversation has been so good.
Hey,
It
So,
has
so
been good.
good.
I
So,
appreciate
so
it.
good. I feel like, I can just conquer the world. I believe that I can link up with some people. I think I can get over some of the creative humps that I have. And I really do. My hope is that somebody that has been listening tonight or even on the replay can take some of these things that you have said and apply them into their life, because we really do need a mindset of success. We need to conquer some things. We need to unshackle ourselves from those chains that are holding us back from our past, but also move forward into our future. But prepare, what you say, prepare now for
Yep.
today, for tomorrow.
Yep.
So it's been a good conversation, and everybody is, I think they're just overwhelmingly just impacted by what you had to say tonight. And so I'm so thankful for you being here. I hope to do this again,
That's for
and
sure.
it's been good. It's been good.
Well, again, I appreciate the opportunity and shouts out to you. I think that this is a time where people need conversations like this that are authentic, that are real. So, thank you for putting this together, and I look forward to watching your journey unfold.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, I'll be back here next week, you all, on Thursday at 8 p.m. again with another Authentic Thursday, bringing you impactful, inspirational, truthful conversations that hopefully you can gain some insight on and all of that good jazz. But you can also catch the replay. Like I said, if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay in the comments. We thank you all for everyone who's been on here tonight and just helping us through technical difficulties. It was
Yeah,
crazy. It
for
was
sure.
good. It was everything it needed to be. But we're going to sign off now. And I thank you so much. See you
All
all
right, I
next
appreciate
week.
y'all. See y'all.